Good evening, Cat's Cooking Kitchen fans. I'm back. I'm ready for Christmas. Getting a little jump on it this year since we've got, 9 days? Oh my gosh, so close, so close. We're going to make something new. Something I saw online at thedomesticrebel.com. It is a toffee caramel pretzel thing. You know, I make a sauce like you would for a caramel corn. Similar but not the same. And I poured a 1 pound bag of mini pretzels, Snyder's mini pretzels in here. And now we're going to put 1 stick of butter, half cup, sliced up, but I don't worry too much about that. What do I do with my paper towel? Oh, here. I'll just dirty a towel. Okay. And 1 cup lightly packed of brown sugar. And 1/4 cup of Karo. I'm going to turn the flame on. Medium, low, low, medium. However you want to say it. Halfway between low and medium. We'll see how that goes. If it goes too fast, I'll turn it down. Okay. Let's get that started. Okay. It's not going to take very long. What we're going to do, just like I do with my caramel corn, we're going to bring this to a boil and boil it for 5 minutes. Then we're going to shut off the flame. We're going to put in a teaspoon of baking soda and a 1/2 teaspoon of, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, in case I said that wrong. And a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. And whip it up real good and it'll froth and get real light. Then we're going to pour it over the pretzels with 1/2 bag of Heath Bits. And then when we bring it out of the oven, we're going to add the other 1/2 of the Heath Bits to it. I don't know why they don't all go in at the same time, but we're going to do it how they tell me since I haven't done it before. And I'm going to trust that they know what they're talking about because they sure look yummy in the pictures. I'm trying to find things I can make this year that don't have nuts or fruits in them. I have a pretty wonky family. A couple people I love can't have nuts. So in the last few days, you saw me make the peanut cluster candy. So then I made nut-free pretzel and raisin candy. And down here is pretzel, raisin, and marshmallow candy. I got about just that far into it and decided there was a lot of chocolate in that crock pot and I was going to add something to it. And it ended up being marshmallows. Oh my goodness. You're going to love them. They're so good. Make them, y'all. Make them just like my crock pot candy. Except you don't have any peanuts. And you want to microwave it, you can do that. Be faster. I just put it in my crock pot for about an hour. Stirred it up and let it go another 1/2 hour. Everything was smooth and creamy. So now we're getting a little sizzle on my pan here. And it says I should stir it the whole 5 minutes, I think it told me. Yeah, stirring constantly for 5 minutes. No break. I don't get to sit down on this one. Okay, can you? Yeah, you can see that, how it's bubbling up. Just on the edges so far. I need a full rolling boil that you can't stir down. And it's going to be there in a heartbeat here. Okay. It actually says to do it on a medium heat. So I was almost to a medium, but not quite. So we're going to stir that up. Everything's melded together. The Karo, the brown sugar, and the butter. Just want to keep it together. And like on caramel corn, I don't know. It doesn't give, it's just, this one's just like my caramel corn. It says boil it for 5 minutes. And I think that's a good rule when you're making caramel corn or anything like this. And then we're going to put it in a 200 preheated oven, which mine is already at 200, for an hour. And I think you stir it every 15 or 20 minutes. Let's see. Yeah, every 15 minutes, just like caramel corn. Okay, we've got 5 minutes. And I'm going to stand here and stir this. And I think I'll put you on pause, because I could stand here and talk your ear off, but we'll make the video as short as possible. A lot of people don't like those 20-minute videos, but I can hardly do one under 20 minutes when you're doing most things. This one shouldn't be too bad. Okay, I hope you guys are interested in seeing what this turns out to be, and I'll be back shortly. Hi, welcome back. We have about 50 seconds left on our boil. It's turned pretty dark, so I hope it's not going to be too done. If it gets any darker, I'm going to go ahead and turn it off. I think I will. I don't know. I want it to come out right. And it might need to be cooked a little harder than my caramel corn, because caramel corn has 2 cups of sugar and brown sugar and 2 sticks of butter. So, and it boils, so there's more stuff in there. Okay, there we go. And turn off our heat and add our teaspoon of vanilla. Uh-oh. Oh my God, I grabbed the almond. Who knows what it's going to taste like now. I thought it smelled like cherries. This didn't really get frothy like you'd think. So now, it does seem a little done. Okay. Now I'm going to stir it in. Whoops. Can't even keep it in the deep bucket here. I think my 5 minutes is a little long. It's trying to harden up on me now. We'll see how this works. Never know till it's done. Now we're going to put on half the heat bits. As it cooks, that caramel will loosen up some more and we'll be able to stir it. So I'll be back in 15 minutes. Hey, welcome back. Our first 15-minute cook is over. And this is not looking good. It's so tight. I think that 15-minute thing or 5-minute thing is a little harsh. I don't know. Some of it's going to taste fantastic. Some of it's not going to taste very good at all, because it won't have any caramel on it. But I was thinking, while I was waiting on this to finish cooking, I might use my own caramel sauce on it the next time. Make caramel pretzels. And it would work a lot better than this does. All right, that's it. We stirred it, and I'll be back in 45 minutes because you don't need to watch me stir it. So I'll see you when it's ready. Hey, welcome back. Time's up. Our pretzels are done. As you can see, they're just sticking together. I don't know if I can pick them apart or not. I'm afraid if I don't do it while they're cooling off, it'll get too hard. So, to me, this recipe is a bit of a bust. But I think they'll taste good. And I'm not putting any more Heath bits on them because they're not sticky enough for them to stick to. And I don't think it'd do any good. Just waste them. So this is what we got, and these are hot, believe me. I'll have to let them cool off a little bit more. Let me taste one. Here's one. Still hot. The flavor is really good, but I don't think it needs to boil for 5 minutes because it's not on medium, maybe on more toward low. Or I'd cut the time down at least a minute, minute and a half. Only because the recipe for the caramel corn is almost double what this one is. And for some reason, it didn't get foamy when I put in the baking soda like it's supposed to. So I don't know what went wrong there, but my baking soda is fine because I've been using it and it's foamed up every other time. So I'll have to see. Maybe it went walking on me, I don't know. But the flavor is really good. They're good. We'll eat them. But they do have to cool down. And then you're supposed to break them apart in smaller pieces. Kind of like you would caramel corn. Just break it up a little bit. I don't think there's anything wrong with this other than I don't think it worked like it was supposed to. But you guys can make up your own mind on that. But like I was starting to say, with my caramel corn, it's got about twice the ingredients because it's basically the same. I use 2 sticks of butter, 2 cups of brown sugar, a half a cup of Karo, a teaspoon of salt, and a teaspoon of baking soda, and make my caramel corn. So that has to boil for 5 minutes and it comes out perfect every time. So I don't think this one, if it's boiling good, I don't know if it has to boil over 3. But I don't know if that would work. That's just my guess. So you're on your own on this unless I do it again and tweak it a little and see if that works. And if I do, I'll let you know. Pretzels aren't cheap. Nothing's cheap. And I've got so much to do before Saturday when we're having our Swingle Christmas that I have to get all this done. Excuse me for eating. I had to empty my hand. These are warm, but it's not anything too bad. And let's see, you want to get see, they're starting to set up now, so they're not pulling apart quite as well. But like I said, tastes good. Tastes good. So I would make them again. I just might cut down the time on the boiling because everybody counts different. Is it when it starts to boil around the edge, or is it when it has a full rolling boil that you can't stir down? It makes a difference. It really does. So I did it like I always did, and I brought it to a full rolling boil before I set the timer. So next time I'll probably try it with 3 minutes and make sure that works. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with these, other than some of the clumps are a little big, but like this one, I'm just going to try and break them off into more usable pieces. Okay, there you go. I wouldn't turn them away if somebody offered me one, because they are good. So thanks for watching, and let me know if you're brave enough to try this again, like me. Have a good evening. I'll probably see you again tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.